Is it like to, I guess, sort of see 3 goals in the first 20 minutes and the rest of that half?
Yeah, I think it was 4 in 25, 26 maybe. That first 25, 30 minutes was full throttle Thorns, electric football, fast pace, and I thought defensively set the tone. The distances were good, our shape and the way that we worked off the ball together. And on the ball, they didn't let that ball stand still for a split second. That ball was constantly moving into dangerous areas, eliminating players between lines, and I think that was the best half of football that Sincantoman had between lines, because when the ball went into them, they had it for milliseconds, and then the ball was on the move again into areas where we could either score a goal or create goals. So it's a fantastic first half of football, and then second half, trying to keep standards high, trying to keep control of the game, so we're not facing shots and chances while trying to create more chances. So it's great night for everyone being back together, and after just a couple of training sessions, to see a performance like that was superb.
It seemed like the goal scorers, had a lot of open space when they were able to put those balls in the net. Is that sort of speaking to things that you guys were doing really well in the first half to sort of create those goals, or is that more on Houston?
Yeah, I think 2 things on one thing on Houston, and obviously about us. I feel for Houston in the sense of they faced a Thorns team that was flying on all cylinders, on short rest, on a long travel. We've done that. We played here on a Wednesday night, and we had to go to DC, the opposite coast, late in the season last year. We managed to squeak out a 1-0 win, but we were possessed at that point, and there was nothing that was going to stop us to getting a win at Audi Field. We've done it, and the players could barely move for the day or 2 days before the game. I know the stress they were under for this game, and then the opposite side is we were flying, so it was tough. But we took advantage. Sometimes you play in a game where the opposition is not at their best, and you play to the level of that, but we didn't do it. I think what was important to us is looking here, the finishes were in open space, but that's the type of chances that we want to create, whether we're manipulating the opposition or taking advantage of spaces. See 20 shots here, and 15 from inside the box, 5 from outside. This is what we're about and how we want to create. We love dreamy goals where they're hitting the back of the net from 40 yards, but for us, finishing big chances is what we're about. And in Utah, we had a lot of control. We didn't create any quality chances, any half chances. And then second half, we're struggling. We didn't create anything. And you've got to be able to do both. When you're in control, finish the attack, create chance, control transition. When you're not in control and you're up against it, you still got to be able to find ways to create chances. We didn't do that in Utah. I think we made up for it tonight.
And then seeing the crowd of over 22,000, what was that like?
Unbelievable. On a Wednesday night, a new Thorns record, and only 700-800 away from the NWSL record. Riveters, Portland Thorns fans, Portland as a city, this community. I feel like it's every couple of months, they're saying they set a new standard and then they smash a new standard. It's a privilege to be here, working with these players, being in front of these fans, enjoying the best atmosphere in the world.
You talked about maybe having to wait and see how each player would respond and be ready. Do you have a sense that Toby and Lindsay and everybody had that spark tonight after what they've been through?
Yeah, I think when the first wave of players came back in, the first week was a struggle. So we were ready to anticipate that could be the same. Everyone's very different. So we got through the first week last week, and this was the second week. If you think about the second week from the first wave, the way that Sinky played against Orlando, and the rest of the crew were back to it. So it was, if the pattern continued, we felt the Americans could be back into full swing. I think we can talk about, it's a great night to welcome back World Cup players like we did before the game. And then there's players playing at a really high level that weren't in that pack. I loved what the back line did tonight. Kling, Menges, experienced pros, and then obviously Sonia back in as a World Cup player. But then what Ebor did, it was she had one moment which wasn't super good the other game. The rest of the game was great. Keep confidence in her. She had a great one. And you look at what Gabby Seiler is doing right now. I just grabbed her after the game and just said, "You are so good." And I didn't have any other way to say it. I think she's doing such an important job. It's great to get Andressini in. the luxury position we're in, but what Gabby, we talk about the rest of the midfield and the success. Tobin Sink, the pockets, Lindsay everywhere, every single blade of grass, and what Midge Rasso, Caitlin Tyler were doing. Gabby Seiler was the glue for us tonight in the midfield, and the little things she did allowed everyone else to do great things.
What are some examples of that? How did she let Lindsay free herself up, or what are one or two examples?
Well, her game in possession, in picking up positions, in having great body shape to be able to receive and play forward, play 1-2 touch to get other people to play forward is great. And when you've got Lindsay Horan in midfield, it's tough for me to keep an eye on where Lindsay is, because she controls every moment of the game, or wants to be in control. To have someone who can balance and make sure they support that player, and when we need to get Lindsay in the box, and have someone have the intelligence to be able to read and sit in pockets and help stop transition that we don't. The Orlando home game, you saw it tonight, the amount of times that she breaks up play by being in the right position. Reminds me of the goal scorer who, just like Tyler Lucy right now, keeps scoring. And you say, well, they've got the eye for goal. They know how to score. Well, no, they know where to be, and they know how to move at the right time, in the right moment, and take advantage, and then have good contact. This is what Gabby Seiler's doing for us in the midfield, and it's important.
And then just talk about, you've said throughout the season you need to get better in the 18. You certainly were offensively tonight. And then talk about the emphasis on that and what's allowed you to evolve there.
Yeah, I don't want to overthink. In the central final third, we moved the ball quick. We moved the ball with purpose. We moved it unselfishly. I wish that I could say that was just great talent or great coaching or great sessions. This is a lot of talent on this pitch, and they moved it unselfishly with purpose tonight. Good things can happen when you do that.